What you're seeing now, judges, is the images that you will be judging as part of the live session. Okay, judges and audience out there, we are about to start the judging of the family category. And at the beginning of this, we saw a run through of all of the entries submitted into the family category. Then we saw a promo from our sponsor, Canon. And gosh, if technology can't get any better, they've just released the Canon R5, pretty amazing camera. And then we saw a run through of all of the images that are going to be judged in the live judging. So entries from the preliminary round, each entrant has entries that their highest scoring entry or entries that go through into the live judging. And that's what we're about to look at now. So first of all, I'm going to welcome our panel of judges and going to get them to very briefly introduce themselves, and I'm going to start with Catherine.
Hi everyone, I'm a Wellington-based portrait photographer. I'm a Master with Distinction with the NZIPP and also current President of the NZIPP. And I think this is about my 6th year of judging, so yeah, always fun. Thanks.
Great to have you, Catherine. Jessica, can you mute yourself?
Rookie.
Unmute yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Jones, not the Marvel, sorry. I've been a photographer for over a decade, photographing families, weddings, portraits and whatnot. Also mother of 6 children, so I can relate to a lot of what's going on here today.
Awesome, thank you. Laura.
Hi everyone, I'm Laura. I've been a photographer for 12 years now. I started my career in the Royal New Zealand Air Force and now I enjoy photographing families.
Awesome, thank you. Jacinta.
Hi everyone, I'm Jacinta from Melbourne, Australia. I'm a master photographer and photograph anything from newborns to fine art to abstract.
Awesome, thank you. Russell.
Hi everyone, I'm Russell from Auckland. This is my 28th year judging, believe it or not. And I'm a Master of Photography with NZIPP and proudly a life member as well last year. I've done nearly 15,000 sittings, so I enjoy family photography and I'm really looking forward to judging these fine images.
Wonderful, thank you so much, Russell. Selena.
Hi everyone, I'm Selena Rollison. I'm from Brisbane, Australia. I am a documentary and family photographer and an AIPP and WPPI master photographer. I've been photographing for over 20 years and yeah, love my documentaries work as well as my family work. So looking forward to being involved.
Thank you. And Tony.
Yeah, hi, I'm Tony Cutter. I'm a portrait photographer based in Taranaki. I'm New Zealand's first Grandmaster and 6 times New Zealand Photographer of the Year. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting into this.
Awesome, thank you very much. I hope I haven't missed anyone there. I think we've got everyone. Okay, so I'm Kay. I'm going to be your panel chair today for the family category. And behind the scenes, we've got Michael down in Palmerston North, who is operating the Zoom and live streaming, doing an absolutely fantastic job down there. Thank you so much, Michael. We've got a couple of people here, Jan Marie and Tracy from the Honours Council. Tracy. We've also got Paul and Shah doing their bit in Christchurch too. And then we've got Harry, unfortunately couldn't make it down to join us in Rotorua. So he's up in Auckland and doing a fantastic job. So we are scattered across the country running this show and hope so far everyone has been enjoying it so far. I think the feedback has been positive, so we hope you are getting a lot out of it, a lot of comments, a lot of feedback from entries and a lot of education and learning along the way. So let's get straight into it and look at the family category. So the family category champions the excellence, innovation, creativity and technical mastery present in the real photographic work that professional family and portrait photographers produce within their day-to-day practice. It includes newborns, babies, pets with their humans, and family members of all ages and stages, created through posed, moment-based, studio or environmental portraiture. So we're going to kick off with inviting the following judges onto the panel. For those that aren't on this list at the moment, just if you wouldn't mind turning off your video and your audio and hang fire for when you get brought in for judging. So we'll have Jacinta, Tony, Laura, Russell and Jessica. And we are, I think, on, actually, can I just swap? Oh, okay. No, that's all right. No, we'll leave that as it is. We're going to do some judge rotations as we go through the category. So let's get underway and let's have our first image. So the judges are all viewing their images on quality calibrated monitors at their home via the PDF. They are not viewing the Zoom screening for judging. We want to give the judges the best, I guess, quality image possible for them to actually score their entry. And we have a score of 72. And I'm going to get a comment from Russell. You saw something nice in this at a 74, just under an award range, but what might bring it up to an award range maybe?
Yeah, it's a highest level of professional standard, which is a good achievement in itself. It's beautifully lit. There's just a few distractions for me. The flyaways over the eye, the eyeball and things just take my eye away from what otherwise would have been a cleaner image. But nicely lit and lovely subject.
Awesome, lovely. Thank you for that. Can we have the next image, please? Next image, please. Michael, sorry, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just have to step off for this one.
Yep, no problem at all. Can you just, hold up your red card? I probably may not have seen it. Can I get Catherine to step in for this, please? So this sometimes happens where a judge feels that they can't judge an entry. They may have a bias towards it, or it might be even be the photographer that they know. So we do invite them to step off and allow someone else to give the best opportunity to score the image in an unbiased and fair manner. And we're waiting on one more score coming through. And we have a score of 84, Silver Award. And well done. Thank you, judges. That's fantastic. Now I'm going to invite Tony. Would you like to make a comment on that?
Yeah, I scored it at 87. I think we're just a little bit off the mark there, but we're not far enough apart to talk about it. Yes, great concept, beautiful lighting. Probably just that hand up the side of the face was just a little bit awkward, but beautiful work. Keep
awesome.
it up.
Thank you very much, Tony. And can we take Catherine off? We'll bring Jacinta back on. And we will have the next image, please. So for a challenge, so judges can challenge images, but in order to for them to do so, they need to be 5 points away from the announced score. And as that last image scored 84, and no one was more than 3 points away, no one was able to challenge that score. And we have a score of 76, Bronze Award. Congratulations. Is everyone happy with that score? Yep. Okay. Right, we're going to, actually I will come to Jessica just for a comment. You saw something really extra special.
I did. I really enjoyed this image. I enjoy the color palette as well as the posing of the babies. This is not a mean feat. Posing babies is hard at the best of times, but I really like the yeah, I just like the whole thing, really.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Jessica. And we will have the next image, please. And we have a score of 71. And Tony, can I call on you for a comment for the photographer?
Yes, I think the expression is great. The strength of the images. It's just looking around the external elements, with the front of the chair being quite dominating, and the girl's hands. So you sort of get lost in the details instead of being drawn directly into the beautiful smile.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Can we have the next image, please? Okay, and we have a score of 87, silver distinction. However, yep, and we've got a hand up straight away. Tony, we're going to come to you. You are sitting on 92 gold award. You're not on your own.
Yeah, 92 gold range, guys. Everything there, all the elements are there for a great image, but it's just so today, being in that bubble that everybody's stuck in at the moment, or has been. So very well constructed, beautiful colour palette. The design elements are great, the colours are good, the storyline's there, and you just get the energy and you know exactly what the story is. It's straight to the point, but with so many elements, it's hard to put these things together in a simple way with so many elements. I think it's beautifully done, and the concept is just so now.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to come to Laura first, being down at the other end of the scale at 78.
Yep, sure. So yeah, I think I was being stingy. Yep, absolutely. Tony, your points are really good. There's a couple of things that just distracted me, like the little bits on the outside of the bubble. My eyes are going there. And I also don't like how the dog's bum is coming out of the bubble. If it was in the bubble, that would make it stronger for me personally. But yeah, I'm going to come up.
Yeah, I'm going to, okay, so let me see. We are talking about a gold image. So I will probably come to, I'm going to go to Jessica first, and then we'll come to Russell.
Yay. I'm glad you mentioned the dog's bum, because I think that's my favourite part of the whole image. Because the dog is sort of in the bubble, but kind of not, because that's what dogs do. They kind of go places they're not supposed to. So I actually really like that part of the image.
Awesome. Hang on, Tony, just hold fire. Russell.
The dog's bum is actually, and I've scored at 87, so on the money, but I'll go up into gold with Tony. The dog's bum actually becomes even more significant, really, because it's not, the dog wants to get the hell out of the bubble, and he's trying to drag the kid out of the bubble. He's had enough of the bubble. He just wants to play. So it is a very clever shot and image. And the other bubbles over the horizon, unidentified, knowing that similar stuff's going on in those as well, is quite cool. And then beyond all of that, really, is, as humans, we're all caught in it and constrained, but look at the birds. The birds are flying free. So that's really where we all want to be. We're not there yet. So as I've looked at it longer and longer, it is actually quite exceptional, and I'm happy to give it a gold also.
Awesome. Tony, I'm going to come back to you for a right of reply.
Yes, so I think everybody sort of addressed the dog's bubble butt, but I think the strength of that is the dogs having to be dragged into the bubble. But also the brightness in the background, in the centre, signifies happier days coming, hopefully. And I think we can all identify with that, especially you Aucklanders at the moment and you Australians. So yeah, let's get it up to goal. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to get you all to rescore, please, judges. Tony, can I get you to put the same score into the next column? And yep, perfect.
It's saying I can't edit that box. Okay.
Oh, you need to go into the final score column, not the yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Let's check if he's in. Yep, you should be able to. Yep, you should be able to enter it there.
Yep. Certainly.
Yep, perfect. Okay, well done. Good conversation. That has unanimous 93 gold award. Fantastic. Congratulations to the photographer. Fantastic. Awesome. Okay, let's hope that might be one of a few this session. Okay, we're going to the next image, please. Take a deep breath. Get ready for the next image. Okay, and we have a score of 76, bronze award. And who would like to make a comment on this one? Can I come to Russell?
I actually scored at 70. I think it's done quite well to get what it has. The lighting's beautiful, but there's a lack of control in the posing and the fingers coming out of nowhere and the little hand and the crook of the arm there. But also portrait photographers out there, when you want someone's chin to rest on something, first of all, you get them to lift their head out of that situation and then gently tip their head forward so that the chin touches gently what they're leaning on instead of plonking vertically down on it. It looks like they're punching themselves, or it's not quite as elegant as it otherwise could have been.
Awesome, thank you. I hope the photographer can sort of maybe go back and retry that, what they've done there, and improve, which is what this is all about. So let's have the next image, please. And we have a score of 75, bronze award. Russell's going to challenge that.
I scored at 87. I just love the sheer honesty of this image. I mean, the stretch marks on the mum's tummy just says it all. I mean, she's got 3 little kids there already. She's having another one. She loves being a mother. And there's just something about this sort of, it's got an emotion and an essence in it that is so real that I think portraiture is we're lucky to be able to take things like this, and this is a wonderful gift back to this woman. I think it's a fantastic commentary on motherhood, and I think we might have overlooked it a little bit. I'd like to hear why others didn't think it was worthy.
Okay, Jacinta, I'm going to come to you. You scored 70.
Yeah, I'm on the other end of the scale. I just find it is a beautiful natural moment that we're seeing, but I find the area that we are using to be photographed in is where my eye is more leading. It's more distracting. So our tree on the left is dominating more than the actual subjects, plus the road in the background and the fence, and it's just leading my eyes in all different directions rather than in that circular motion of that beautiful mother and her children. So that brought the score down a little bit for me. I could probably move my score up a bit, but probably not as high as where Russell is, unless he can talk me into it a little bit more. But that was the main distractions for me.
Awesome. Can I get Jessica, you're sort of in that middle range. Have you got a comment to make?
I did enjoy this image, especially the stretch marks, because I can totally relate to that. I would like to see more of Mum's face, but I may have been a little stingy too. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you, Russell. Right back to you for writer reply.
Come on, guys, this is what it's all about, really. I mean, I hear the comment about the tree and the other bits. They actually don't affect me at all, like you've mentioned, but we're all different. It's all about the honesty of what's going on here, and we don't want to see any more of the mum's face because it's actually not really about that. She's looking down at what's about to be and what already has been, and so I think it's just fantastic, and the connection with everyone. It's actually beautiful symmetry in there. The little girls look down the bottom as, you know, it's just awesome. You can tell it's a very, very powerful, honest little family, and it says a lot to me. And I think it's a wonderful commentary on motherhood. And I think it should at least get an award of some sort, guys. Bring it up into somewhere that makes you feel comfortable.
Awesome, thank you very much. Okay, so it is actually currently sitting on a bronze award. So judges, rescore, please. And we have a score of 79, and that is going to be a review because it is sitting on 79. So what I would like you now to do is either score 79, or if you wanted to keep it in the bronze range, or score it 80 if you wish to move it to the silver range. So for our audience, this is what happens when we have scores on the cusp of an award range, a major award range. We do make sure that the entry is given every opportunity to move into another award range by having a review of the image. And can we, one more score to come in, Laura? And it stays at 79, bronze award, but a very, very solid bronze award, and good conversation there. I think every point counts. Can we have the next image, please? Every point counts when it comes to earning distinctions, earning merit points towards distinctions. So with the NZIPP members and other organisations, reciprocal rights organisations such as AIPP, entrants can earn merit points towards their honours distinctions. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. And we have a score of 74. And I'm going to come to Laura just for a comment, please.
I love this. This is beautiful and serene. Perhaps bringing it higher, cropping it so that baby's a little bit more in the centre. She feels a little bit off to the side at the moment, but really nice.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And can we have the next image, please? And this image scores are bronze, so 75. And all pretty consistent scoring there, guys. And I'm going to come to Tony for a quick comment for the photographer.
So beautiful colour palette, and I love the drop out of the depth of field. Just watch your hairs, the flyaway hairs. But yeah, beautiful work.
Awesome, thank you. Next image, please. So with those distinctions, as I said, members of the NZIPP and any other reciprocal rights organisations who have similar awards events can earn merit points towards honours distinctions. And for every bronze award awarded or they receive, they earn half a point. For a silver, they earn 1 point, and for a gold, they earn 2 points. And one more. And we have a 76 bronze award, solid bronze award. 70, sorry, my apologies, 77. Looking at the wrong score there. Can I please have a comment from Tony again?
Yes, I scored this at 80, so I quite liked it for this style of work. But just watch your highlights. But you know, I love the angles of the child. You know, the twists in the body with the twists of the outlying area as well. So good work, but just watch your highlights.
Fantastic, thank you very much. Can we have the next image, please? We'll get scores, please, judges. And we have a score of 83. Silver award. And are we happy with that? Yep, everyone's happy with that. Okay, I'm going to come to Laura because she did see something maybe a little bit more special than some of the other judges.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. The graphics are very strong. I thought it was a really, really exceptional level of creativity here. So well done to the photographer.
Fantastic, thank you. And can we have the next image, please? And we have a score of 71. And I'm going to come to Jessica for a quick comment for the photographer.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. I think it would just need that just that little bit extra something special to bring it up into the awards range. But no, I think this is really lovely, and the sky's really nicely done as well. So yeah, no, well done.
Can I just say something? Okay.
Yeah, Russell?
Yep. Because there's so much more than just the environment and things when you're shooting people and families, and shooting families is a very dynamic thing. The footfall is very important. People can look very ungainly. It's quite critical, really, and you have to jag it. You know, sometimes you never get it, and sometimes you get it just right. And in this instance, they haven't quite got it right.
Awesome, thank you. So it's maybe that looking at that precise moment of capturing the frame rather than, yeah, that decisive moment Cartier-Bresson's renowned for. Next image, please. And we have a score of 72. And Russell, are you happy to comment on this one again?
Yeah, sure. I love the moment and the connection, and I believe it, but her nose popping out under his cheek line kind of nailed it for me a little bit.
Fantastic, thank you. And can we have the next image, please? And we have a silver award at 80. Well done. And Russell is going to challenge that by the looks of it. He's sitting on 85.
Yeah, I'm on 85. Beautiful, beautiful detail in the korowai and just the lovely look of her looking into the distance there. Placed beautifully, all the elements, we're not distracted, we're drawn. It's beautifully lit. I'm not too sure. I think you guys should look at it a little bit harder and just recognise the beauty of this image. I think it deserves a little bit more than just smack on an 80. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say because it's such a beautiful, simple image in the first instance.
Awesome. I'm going to come to Laura, who's sitting on 72, I should say.
Yep. I enjoy the serenity of this image. I just felt it looked a little bit washed out. I think it could be, the blacks could be a little bit deeper. But happy to listen to more and come up.
Thank you. Any other judge wanting to comment at all? Tony?
Yeah, I'm on 83, so I'm close to Russell, so I'll come up a little bit. You know, I love it for its simplicity and its beauty and its culture. Probably I think what would have scored it a bit higher for me, it was if the camera angle was a bit lower, so we were not looking down into the beach. We're sort of looking down into those rocks, which is slightly distracting. And also just that where the waterline going through the child's you know, bottom of the jawline, I think that could have been a little bit better with that, just that lower angle. So we just pulled to the child and then out to the islands. But yeah, silver with distinction is, you know, I think would be good.
Awesome. Russell, take it away.
Thanks. Yeah, I think silver distinction as well, if you guys could look at it like that. Tony, interestingly, I looked at the angle as well, but funny enough, I enjoyed the kind of the comparison of the detail in all the shale or the rocks, if you like, on the beach and the detail in the korowai, and yet the depth of field separated those things for me. I agree with I would have scored it higher if it wasn't for that little line of the water hitting the sand going through. But you know what? If they dropped the angle a little bit more and lifted the kid's head into the islands, and that might have even been a little bit sort of almost too cliched. I like the fact that the subject's living in amongst all that detail, but stands out so dominantly from it, and yet is utterly serene. So I think it's beautifully presented to us, and just a couple more points, guys, and this author gets a distinction.
Fantastic. Can I get you all to rescore, please? Russell, if you enter the same score, all the judges are free to score as they wish following that discussion. And that's achieved your I guess desire, Russell. We now have a silver with distinction at 85. Fantastic result.
I wish it was so easy to satisfy my desires.
Okay, congratulations to the photographer. Can we please have the next image?
Thanks, judges.
And we have a score of 71. And that is a good, solid professional standard. Who have I got here? Tony, I might come just if I can have a quick word from you.
Beautiful lighting here and skin tones are all good. I sort of find the positioning on the seat quite uncomfortable, and I'm sure when you're that large and about to have a baby, it is a bit uncomfortable. But yeah, just getting that body language right, you know, that back leg, you know, separated off the body a wee bit. But yeah.
Okay, so a couple of good points here for the photographer. Thank you. Next image, please. And we have a score of 71. And I'm going to call on Russell maybe just to have a quick comment, maybe a little what could be improved to maybe bring this into an award image.
I like the lighting, and I suppose the disparate emotions on the two individuals is a little bit discerning for me. The other thing too, sometimes you've got to be careful with hands coming towards the camera, like so the one that's wrapping around the baby coming towards us. It sort of looks a little bit untidy, a little bit of a hidden octopus, if you like. But those hands might have crossed over a little bit more and took out a little bit of that, and maybe given it a bit more of a cuddle type feel. Pretty critical, but it's a lovely image nonetheless, and I'm sure the parents of these kids would enjoy what you've done here.
Awesome, thank you. Next image, please. We have a score of 73. And we're all right with that. Can I come to Laura? Would you like to just make a comment on this? You enjoy this a little bit?
Yeah,
more?
yeah, it's beautiful. Lovely, happy children, and I think the nice tones throughout the image complement the happy smiles beautifully.
Awesome, thank you.
Can I just say something as well, Kate?
Yeah,
very quickly. I congratulate the photographer here, because obviously the rapport they have with their subject matter is really on a high level, and I'll bet this person takes a lot of great stuff for a lot of people.
Awesome, thank you. I'm sure the photographer will be pleased to hear that. Next image, please. And we have a score of 65. And I'm going to just come to Jessica. How could the photographer maybe do something to bring this up a little bit in your eyes?
I think it's a really sweet moment. I think the lighting on the baby could possibly be a little bit improved. His forehead there, it just looks a bit muddy to me.
Okay, thank you. Next image, please. And we have a score of 73. And I'm going to come to Tony. What more could the photographer do maybe to bring this into an award range?
I think the main thing is when you're taking something on a funny angle, it's just like I saw Russell Hamlet's head just spin around sideways looking at it. So it's one of those images where you sort of, it's just slightly uncomfortable, but beautiful expressions and tonality. So there's lots of good things happening, but just think about your angles.
Awesome, thank you. Next image, please. And we have a score of 71. And Russell, can I come back to you to give a comment to the photographer?
Yeah, I scored at highest level of professional standard. Sort of found it hard to kind of decide what I could have easily given an 80 for, I suppose, in a way. But I do really enjoy the connection, sort of magnified by the shadows, sort of like a double sort of reminder of their connection, and that they've gone somewhere kind of adventurous together. And I love the punchiness of it. It's a beautiful image.
Wonderful, thank you. Next image, please. And we have a score of 73. Laura, what can you what can you say that might help the photographer to bring it into an award range?
Sure, I think I like the playfulness here. Just watch the highlights in that grass and possibly the colour temperature of the skin. It looks a little bit cool to me.
Awesome, thank you very much. And we'll have the next image, please. And we have a score of 71. And I'm going to come to Jessica. What is there anything you can see that the photographer can do to maybe bring it up a little bit?
I think camera angle is probably going to be a big thing here. You know, just bringing the camera down just a wee bit, getting the bottom of that embrace there, and perhaps straightening up that horizon, if I'm seeing that right.
Awesome. That's a couple of good things that the photographer might look at for next time. Okay, we are going to do a quick judge swap. We're going to bring Catherine in place of Jacinta. You can have a little break, Jacinta. And can we have the next image, please? Just waiting on your score, Russell. And we have it in a score of 69. And Catherine, can I come to you for a quick comment for the photographer?
Sure. This is just a kid just completely surrounded by love, and it really made me smile. It's great connection of the baby with the photographer there, lovely light on their face. And for me, what's letting this down is the highlights in the back between the head and the funny little sprout of vegetation there coming out of the guy's head. And also perhaps just lifting some of the shadows. Some of the parents' eyes are a bit shadowy.
Awesome, good comments there. And can we have the next image, please? And we have a score of 76, a bronze award. And can I have a comment from Tony? You saw something a little bit special here?
Yeah, I scored it 82, but I was sort of hedging around the late ones. But you know, the tonality and the lighting and the simplicity of the body, it just works so well. The symmetry is quite beautiful, and I think it's quite timeless. So well done.
Awesome, thank you. Next image, please.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I step off this one, please?
Yep. Can I get maybe Selena, if I can get you to come on just for this image?
Yeah,
in
no
place
worries.
of Catherine. Tony, and yep, here we go. And we have a score of 78. But we do have a challenge from Tony. Oh, yep, no, yep. You're not on your own there, Tony.
Okay, I'm on 87. So I suppose you can read a little bit of a storyline into this with the man being on his own with the dog. But I think you can see an honest relationship with this man and his beloved pet. I love his grey hair against the coat of the dog. The stance of the dog is so soft, and the man sort of looks, his body language feels lost. And I just love the way the nature is all around and how simplified the background is. It's just so simple and just so balanced in the way that the author's cropped the image, the photographer, and the handling. So I think it's quite natural and easy to look at and an easy sort of distinction.
Awesome. Russell, I'm going to come to you. You scored 70.
How do you forgive those leaves coming in and distracting us like that? I mean, in every other way, it would have been a gold if it wasn't that for me. I mean, the detail is exquisite, the emotion's exquisite, everything's exquisite, and then the control from the photographer has just been lost by allowing that bunch of leaves to drop into the frame and completely takes your eye. It competes totally. I mean, crop that out and you've got yourself an absolute winner, but left in, I can't forgive that, given every other success in the image, and it's a real shame for me personally.
Okay, I'm going to come to Jessica. She's with not far off Tony's score.
I think this is marvelous, and I think the control that the photographer has over the image itself goes to show that they also have control over that side of the picture, and they know that it might have been a stronger image if it was cropped down, but I think that side of the image tells a really big story, and that's definitely what I'm feeling.
Okay, I'm going to come back to Tony. Have you got any comments in reply to those others?
Yeah, I think I actually don't mind the leaf and the leaves in the top right-hand corner. I think it provides depth and also balances with the bottom left, the foliage, bottom left of the image, and top right. So, but I believe your eye goes directly to what it should be looking at, and that's the relationship with the man with the dog. And then you wander through his garden and through his life. So, I think it's, we look for perfection too much when we're looking at images. I think that's just, naturalness, honesty. It's still being simplified with lens selection and the cropping. I think it's quite masterful.
Okay, judges, I'm going to get you to rescore. Tony, if you enter your same score. And it's gone up a little bit. We now have hang on. Yep, 84. Solid silver award. Well done for that. Congratulations to the photographer. And obviously a beautiful moment
make one
captured.
quick comment on that one, Kay?
Very, very, very brief.
Very, very quickly. I didn't want to comment on it during the challenge, but in terms of this category, we're in a composite category. So even that leaf, if it was an issue, that actually could have been edited out. So I think that definitely would have made it stronger, but cool. Just a thought.
Thank you. Okay, can we have actually, can I get Selena to, yep, no, that's all good. Catherine, you're back on. Can I have the next image, please? And we have a score of 73. Catherine is going to challenge that. She's sitting on 84.
Thank you. So this is a very straightforward image, which to me just has so much mood and has been beautifully handled with that absolutely gorgeous depth of field. I just see this little kid who's completely lost in nature here. He's just got that wonderful dreamy expression with a very slight knit of his brows, and he's just fiddling away there. I had quite a strong emotional reaction to this image, and I love the placement of it, the beautiful little face. yeah, just want to talk a little bit more about it. For me, this is a very emotive description of childhood, really, and that whole feeling lost in nature. So, yeah.
Awesome. Russell, hang on a minute. I'm just going to, before I come to you, I am going to come to Laura, who's on 68.
I think the tones in the image are really well done. The exposure is really great. I just feel like he's been plonked there a little bit, and he's just like, okay, what do I do now? I don't unfortunately see the emotional response like you do, Catherine. But yeah, it is a really nice image overall.
Okay, we're going to go to Russell. Would like to have a comment. You're sitting pretty much on the announced score.
Yeah, I'm with Laura. And sorry, Catherine, but his brow is furrowed, and you can sort of almost sense the photographer sort of getting him to do something. I don't believe it, actually.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go back to Catherine for right of reply.
So I guess it comes down to personal interpretation. I'm completely believing it, and that's why I was awarding it silver. For me, the photographer hasn't told this kid what to do. They're not plonked there. He has put himself in this beautiful environment, and he's, it's that sense of lostness and just whimsical. Yeah, so it's working for me, and I find it completely believable and beautiful.
Can I get you all to rescore, please? And we have a score of 73. Thank you very much, and it stays at 73. Can we have the next image, please? And we have a score of 88, silver distinction. Are we happy with that?
Well, can we?
Yep.
When you say that, is that somebody allowed to challenge? Is it?
Yes, potentially.
I'd love to see who that might be.
Well, we can't force that, unfortunately.
I know.
Okay, so image scores 88, a solid silver distinction. Congratulations to the photographer. And can we please have the next image, please?
Okay, do you want to comment on that one?
Oh, sorry, my apologies. Can I get, Catherine, if you can comment on that, that would be great.
Really striking, beautiful graphic image. Sorry.
Can I get Michael to go back to the previous image? Sorry, while the comment. Yep, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations to the photographer here. Wonderful tonal range, beautifully composed with the circularity and those sort of ghostly figures suggesting, family or ancestors. And the lighting on the baby is beautiful, and the baby looks really comfortable as well. Yeah, stunning work. Well done.
Fantastic. Thank you very, very much. Can we please have the next image? And we have a score of 78, bronze award. And Tony is going to challenge that.
Yes, so I'm on 87, and I have seen this image somewhere before outside of this environment, but I don't know whose it is, so I decided to just declare that. But What I really enjoy about this image is its honesty and its simplicity and its captured moment. It's one of those shots where you can go through every expression, and it makes you smile. The setting is superb. The lighting's beautiful. I think it's quite timeless. I love the undertow, with the feet, the boy with his leg up in the middle, and just your eye just roams around this, and I think it's quite a timeless piece for the family. So I can understand it getting overlooked in a way, because it's just, in a way, it's a standard of what we do. But I think this has been carried out to a very good degree, and it's a court moment and something that's just simply beautiful.
Awesome, thank you. I'm going to come to Russell, who's on 70.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, Tony. And I'm assuming that's not mum on the left, so I'm assuming that little girl is the older girl is a child, because mum's missing. So that adds a sort of something to it as well, which whatever that may be. But I don't know. I struggle, Tony. So it gives you a chance to comment on it. Just the longevity or the usefulness of this image over time with all those weird expressions. I mean, I know that they've been told to do something stupid, and that's okay, and they've done it. Did that need to be added to this situation that otherwise would have been really quite beautiful, because they're dressed magnificently and all of that, So help me with that.
Hey, Catherine, Jessica, we'll come to you. Make one comment. Yep.
Sure. I really believe all these expressions. I've got a truckload of kids myself, and I love looking at pictures where you can see all the kids' different expressions, and that's not necessarily always easy to get. So I really like this image.
Thank you. And we're going to come back to Tony for a right of reply.
Well, Russell, you can have one parent these days. You can have one dad. You can have two dads. You can have one mum. You can have two mums. You can have anything. Who says what that family situation is? Maybe mum's taking the photo. I don't know. But I just think you just believe it for what it is. And I think there are some gawky expressions, and that's the sort of thing that you want to look back in years' time, years and years later, and just remember what the kids were like little. And I think it's beautiful and worthy of a sort of distinction.
Thank you. Can I get you judges to rescore, please? And we have a silver award at 82. Congratulations. Some good discussion there. And we are going to have the next image, please. And we have a score of 86, silver with distinction, and you're all very, very close together there. So well done to the photographer. Can I get a comment from Catherine, please?
Yeah, well done to this photographer. These beautiful little angels, really, really well captured. I guess what held me back slightly from going to gold was the slightly distracting blurriness around the very edges of the wings and just down the bottom. I wasn't quite believing that depth of field there.
Okay, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Catherine. Can we please have the next image? And we have a score of 74. And we may... Yep, Russell is going to challenge. Go for it, Russell.
74, just under an award. It certainly deserves an award, guys. I actually gave it 87. Just look a little bit closer. I mean, the whole photojournalism thing's sort of hackneyed sort of phrase now, but nonetheless, it sort of gives it that sort of feel to me. And I love all the bits and pieces everywhere. The umbrella, the bowl, the chili bins or whatever they are, there's a sort of a triangle there, but there's also a wonderful triangle between the baby wants the attention of the mum, but the mum's distracted by a bloody device, which we always are these days. Look at the eyes of the baby going straight to the device. Mum looking straight to the baby. There's a wonderful triangle there too. So there's all these little triangles going on there, which I really, really enjoy. Never mind the humour, never mind the drama, never mind the detail, and never mind the reality. So I think it's just a wonderful commentary on what is probably a moment in many homes. And I think it deserves an award of some sort.
Thank you. Can I come to Catherine for a comment, please? You're on 68.
Yeah, for me, all of that stuff in the background was just so distracting, the bowl over mum's shoulder and the object just in behind her. Great little moment with the baby. I didn't really see the wee girl looking at the phone. I feel like she's looking lower than that out the window. So I didn't get that same story that you've had from that, Russell. I just got a strong sense of emotion of the kid and interesting expression on mum's face. Yeah, so thanks for pointing that out. I will come up to bronze, but I can't really go higher than that just on the technical front. It's just a bit too cluttered for me.
Okay, anyone else wanting to comment on that? Jessica, you're happy to make a quick comment on that? You're sort of sitting in the middle.
Yeah, just real quick. I'm missing the top of mum's head. I'd like to see a bit more of her and a bit less of the table. And I think mum's just taken the phone off the baby, personally.
Oh, yeah.
Russell, can we have a writer reply, please?
Thank you for that. That just tops it off. So the baby is looking at the phone, and that just adds to it. I didn't even think of that. And Catherine, the clutter's great because notice that the subjects are all contained within that sort of triangle. So I think the clutter brings a sense of reality to it without really just, it just adds to it. So the phone's been taken off the baby. I mean, it's perfect. So slip it up into a bronze at least for me, guys, because I think it's deserved. And this author's seen the moment, grabbed it and sent it to us and given us some joy by having a talk about it.
Awesome, thank you. Judges, can I get you to rescore, please? And we have an award at 77, Bronze Award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Good challenge there, Russell.
Thank you.
And can we please have the next image? Well, worth it sometimes, making those challenges. Okay, and we have a score of 82. Catherine is going to challenge. Get in there, Catherine.
Okay, so I gave this 93 gold. It's an image I feel like I'm going to be rewarded even more having time to look at this. It's so delicate, and it's got really quite a strong story going on here. I'm not sure what these figures are made of. They look like wings, and then they've got the parental impression there with the baby in one, and then looking down the bottom there you've got the loss on the other side. So I'm not sure if we're moving through time here and there was a previous loss and then a baby, or if this is just comparing somebody who was fortunate enough to keep theirs or not. it's very delicate, that sort of web-like structure. It's almost like a peel of fruit or lace or something. Quite intriguing. And then just in behind, you've got this delicate suggestion of a very lightly etched arch in behind to contain it all. Really worthy of discussion here. Yeah, interested to hear some other people's thoughts, please.
Okay, I'm going to go to Tony, who's on 80.
Yeah, it's sort of, it is quite intriguing, and you do have to spend a bit of time with it. But I sort of see almost like two angels sort of turned in towards each other. Yeah, and then the feeling of loss. But I do sort of, my eye searches around the image and sort of finds splotches and unevenness and maybe a bit of post-production there that's just not quite hanging together for me. So that's probably why I haven't gone any higher, and I'm still struggling with those points. But conceptually, I think it's quite beautiful. So I'm going to keep listening, but I'm sorry, but I don't think I've come up to goal.
Laura, Laura, come to you. You're sort of in that, you're on that, the award range. Have you got any comments to add to that?
Yeah, sure. I enjoy the beautiful, the really strong graphics that we've got here. The obviously look to me like mums and the wings, but the thing that's holding me back is the texture within the wings. It's just a bit, I don't know, it just doesn't fit for me. I don't know what it is. Maybe if it was more feathery and soft, maybe that would bring it up for me.
We'll go, I think we'll go back to Catherine for a right of reply. Thanks.
Yeah, for me, that texture is quite delicate and quite intriguing. And, I feel that this photographer is showing us some pretty outstanding visual communication and interpretation here. I find quite a strong sense of emotion in the delicacy of this. And as Tony said, the whole idea of the angel wings. So it is sitting on a silver. If you're not going to come to gold, come to a silver distinction with me.
Thank you, judges. Can I get you all to rescore, please? And we have a score of 87. So it did move a little bit. So well done for that conversation. Always worth having those extra points when it comes to distinctions and merit points. Can we have the next image, please? And one more score to come through. And we have a bronze award at 75. Well done. And we are okay with that. Okay, Catherine, I'm going to come to you for a comment. You enjoyed this image?
I did enjoy this image very much. It's just got an absolutely lovely energy about it. And we just come straight back to that beautifully lit little boy's face. Love the little pop of yellow, the layering created by this kid in the front, and the way he's sort of surging in to avoid the waves there. To improve it, maybe not have the line through the wee boy's head, through his neck with the horizon there, but then you might have missed the moment if you were faffing around trying to fix that. So no, I really enjoy this image. Well done.
Thank you very much. And what we're going to do now is we're going to have a little judge change. Can I bring Selena in, and Laura, you can have a little break. Well done so far with the judging. Fantastic. And we're on to it. And next image, please. Okay, we have a score of 78, but we are having a challenge from Tony.
I sort of find the colours of this image really gaudy, the concept very cheesy, and I love it. It's just something that you just get drawn into, and then the more you look into it, the more you see. I mean, that big open yawn. Then you look at the doll with the same expression. You know, the colours are great. It's very simplistic, and I think it's really cool. And I've given it 88.
Fantastic. So you gave it 8 silver distinction. Selena, I'm going to come to you. You're on 71.
Yeah, I see everything you're saying there, Tony. I guess what I find has kept it in professional practice for me is that the sharpness isn't correct on the face. The sharpness appears in the bonnet and on the doll, and but the nose and the mouth are very out of focus. The eyes are soft, and also to the line of a blanket at the front is skewed. So I think all of those, when you're talking about an award-winning newborn image, you would expect a lot of those things to be addressed.
Fantastic. Jessica, I'm going to just come to you. You're in that middle of that range.
Yeah, I'd like to sneak it up into 80 as well, into the silver range as well. But yeah, some of those things just hold me back a little bit as well. I'd like to see the bottom of the tassels, perhaps. But yeah, I'm just enamored with her little face. I think it's awesome.
And Tony, I'm going to bring it back to you for right of reply.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of find it quite hard to tell whether it's it was out of focus or whether it was just how we're viewing them. So I have to take it with Selena's good eyes that that's what it is. But I mean, it's still conceptually, and I think it's still quite well done. And maybe it still should be in this silver range, but maybe not as high as what I.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Judges, can I get you to rescore, please? Tony, if you can enter the same score and hold your score. And it scores 79, so we are going to a review. So judges, can I get you to please either score 79 in your review column, score 79 to keep it at bronze, or 80 to move it into an award, the silver award range. And it stays at 79. Thank you very much, judges. And we'll have the next image, please. And just one more judge to come.
Sorry, can you have a look at that? No, it's just stopped.
You right there, Jessica?
Yeah, just some technical issues, sorry.
Oh, right.
I don't know, you're looking quite good.
We've lost you. You've got your invisible cloak on.
I know. Sorry, guys. Pulls onto it.
Yeah.
Can I just do this first? Okay.
Okay, we have all the scores in, and we have a score of 74. And Jessica, can I come to you for, are you still with us?
I am here.
Oh, good. No, that's good. Can I get a comment from you?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this image. I I love her expression, and I love, yeah, I just love the subtlety to it. I am missing that wee finger there, and I think there's a little bit much on the headspace, but yeah, no, I like her.
Fantastic. Can I please have the next image?
Sorry, Kay, can I step down from this one, please?
Oh, yes, Selena, by all means.
Thank
Who
you.
have we got there? Is Jacinta able to come in?
I'm going to have to step off for this too, Kay.
Okay, no, that's all right. Laura, can I just get you to pop back in for a moment, please?
Yep. Thank you.
One more score to come, Laura. Or have we got you there?
Me, sorry, I'm here.
And we have a score of 84, silver award, solid silver award. And yeah, I know there may be a few people that might have wanted to go a little bit higher. Catherine, would you like to comment on the image?
Sure. Yeah, fantastic initial, visual impact here. So much colour and energy, and lots of stuff going on. Then energy, but then not with the kid. All slumped on the couch there with this wonderful cushion right over the face. The fact that we've got the two cats there, we've got the cat's eyes on the cushion, we've got the little cat on the side in the cushion there, and then another face reflected above. Yeah, I was one of the people who would have liked to go higher on this. Yeah, really great work. Wonderful.
So good. Thank you so much for that. Can we have the next image, please? So we'll get Selena back in for you, Laura.
Just
Thank you.
explain to the photographer there that the reason we can't is because we're not enough.
Oh, yeah.
It's not
Okay.
that we're not wanting to challenge you.
Yeah. So how it works is that a judge needs to be 5 points or more away from this announced score to be able to challenge. And while we had some judges really were only 4 points away, it didn't enable them to challenge. Can we have scores, judges, please? Thank you. And we have a silver award at 82.
I'll challenge that.
And we have a challenge from Selena.
So I've gone 82 silver distinction with this one, and the main reason for it.
Can I get you to change that? You went 88.
Oh, sorry, 88. I went 8. I'm looking at the average. So I went 88. Yes, so silver distinction with this one, and I really enjoyed the composition of it and the expressions and the softness and the handling of it. It's really reminded me almost of a mix between one of those Renaissance portraits combined with a modern taste. So I really enjoyed the posing of the little boy at the age that they are, like they often won't do this sort of thing. And then just like the look of the mum and the way it's been processed and framed and shared with us, it's beautiful and it's soft and it really celebrates, pregnancy and the pending birth of this child. So, and brother or sister. So silver distinction, that's what I would love it to see. We're close, so would love it to see it go up to that next category.
Awesome. Tony, I'm going to get you to comment. You're on 72.
Yeah, I've been a bit light, but I sort of think maybe late bronze for me. but I sort of find I appreciate everything Selena just said. I suppose I'm just drawn directly into the centre of the frame, which is all that material, and I sort of find that it's quite messy there, and it looks darkened down. And then it's not really showing the bump to its effect. I like to see a bit more of of the belly. I think it's quite beautiful, but you're just not showing enough.
There's one more comment. Russell, you're right in the middle.
Look, I'm in support of Selena, actually. I scored at 83, and I think she's correct on everything she said. And Tony, the bump's perfectly illuminated. I think the lighting's magnificent. It's a lovely sort of mix between a classical sort of attempt, the Rembrandt lighting, the beautiful texture in the material. I've got no problem with that gathering that you've discussed. But then there's this wonderful casualness with allowing the baby to be wearing a nappy. I mean, they could have put anything on the baby, but they didn't. They left it as a nappy. So they've kind of taken the piss a little bit by doing that. And I think that's great. And then just the image, the photographer jagging the fact that the baby has, done that with his legs. And I think it's actually gorgeous. And I'll happily come into silver distinction with Selena, actually. I think it's well deserved of it. It's high level of craftsmanship here, actually.
Fantastic. Some good comments there. So, Selena, you're right of reply.
Yeah, look, I think everything, I agree with Russell, everything he said is perfect. With regards to the material, I mean, yes, maybe there is a little bit too much. Maybe that's why I'm not in gold. And with regards to the tummy, I guess the way that I feel is that some women, they like to have a little bit of their tummy out, but not all of their tummy out. And maybe that's what happened here. Maybe she was a little bit more comfortable having only a little bit of her tummy exposed. But I also feel that the interaction isn't that, like, the image isn't about the tummy. It's about the child. It's about the mum. It's about the fact that it's more of a connective image, and more of an image about that connection and the welcoming the new baby. So it's all there. I feel that's all there, and I'd love to see you all come up to silver distinction with me.
Awesome. Can I get you all to rescore? Selena, if you can put your score as it is, hold your score. Well done. We have an 86, silver with distinction. Congratulations to the photographer. Well done, Selena, for making that challenge and rewarding the photographer. So let's have the next image, please. So every little point counts when it comes to what is determined as the finalists in the category. So the highest scoring 3 entries from the highest scoring 3 entrants in each category go through to the finals. So every point does matter. And one more. Tony. Okay, fantastic. Okay, we have a silver with distinction award at 87. However, we are definitely going to have a challenge. And you're not alone there, Selena.
Am I the highest, or?
You are the highest. Well,
okay.
Yeah, you are the highest.
The best to challenge it. So I'm in gold, and I went straight to gold with this. I'm a 93, and I think that this epitomizes everything about family, with a touch of humor, with a touch of realism, with a touch of story. This is fantastic. I love this image. It's got the butterfly in there, which indicates that there's potentially a loss somewhere in the family. So there's a family member missing. You've got, obviously there's parents, and then they've got 3 children who've each got partners, and one's got a baby, and the other couple have got 2 children, and they're trying to juggle and balance life in between 2 active boys. And then you've got the kids, the people in the middle that are trying to balance their life. They haven't got kids yet, from what I can read. But they're obviously trying and, sort of trying to, again, juggle life. So I really think it's absolutely worthy of a gold. It's unusual. It's something I haven't seen before. And I just love every bit of it. So I'm in gold, and I'd really encourage you all to come up with me and join me.
Okay, I'm going to go to Jessica first. She's sitting on 80.
Yeah, I love all those things that you've just talked about as well in this. I guess I'm not as excited about it as you are, but that is the nature of what we do. I'm happy to creep up a little bit, but I don't know that I could quite get it into gold, but I'm listening.
Okay, Russell wants to have a comment here. Yeah.
Because I know Tony's going to slip in. I scored at 83 and I've let it down. And I'll come up into gold actually as well. But I think it's mostly a commentary about the grandparents. And looking at them, there are a couple of hard cases, and they've procreated and created hard cases. And so I think the whole thing's a commentary about them and the family they're upholding. And I think it's beautifully held together. And it's a great piece of communication.
Thank you. And Tony, were you wanting to have a comment? Yeah.
So yes, I was on 86 and I want to come up into gold. I think it's just really anchored by the grandparents who are holding that tightrope and keeping everybody on track. And I think that's the strength of this image. What I really enjoy about it though is just that they just like everyday people in these pictures, not models. And just being who they are, and they are just separate little stories as you run along there. So yeah, I'm up into gold.
Fantastic, Selena. I think you've done some good encouragement there. So take it away.
Yeah, look, I think you guys have just nailed it. Let's just go gold. The key for me really is in all those expressions. There's just nothing for me that's holding it out of gold category at this point. And yeah, the parents upholding the other kids, it's like, and yet they're having a laugh about it. Like the expressions are just brilliant. There's just so much comic to this and so much story to this, and it's just brilliant. So yeah, I'm going gold. Oh, no, I'm already in gold, so come with me. Yay.
Okay, so you've got to hold your score there, Selena, but the others are all entitled to move if they wish. And we have solid gold at 92. Well done. Isn't that exciting? Congratulations to the photographer. Fantastic. Okay. We are going to have the next image, please. Are we all doing all right out there in Judge Land? Fantastic. We have a silver award at 83. And we're all happy with that. And I'm going to call on Jessica to maybe just a comment for the photographer.
I love this. Maybe it's because it's my jam, kids and animals, but I just think this is so awesome. I guess the crop down the bottom is just a little bit squishy for me, but all the expressions, yeah, I love it.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And we're going to move on to the next image, please. And we have a score of 71. And I'm going to call on maybe Russell for a comment on this image, please.
you know, nice image, but I think the camera angle could have been dropped a little bit to make the dog a bit more of a hero. That it's competing too much with the horizon line.
Thank you. Catherine, you
Just the man's face is also not in focus, which, yeah, watch that.
awesome. Good point. Thank you. Can we have the next image, please? And we have a score of 84. And Jessica, are you wanting to challenge?
I am.
You better shout it out.
Oh, come on, guys. This is, I've scored this in 89. I just love this. I would love this on my wall. Look at the expressions. This is enormously difficult to pull off. And there's just such control of the posing of a baby and a dog. Like, who can do this? Let's reward this. Come up with me.
Okay, I'm going to come to Tony on 76.
Yeah, I'll come up a little bit, but definitely not anywhere near gold. I suppose I look at it and I see beautiful expressions, and I think that's what it's all about. But then once your eye starts to roll around the rest of the image, you know, you've got the dog's paw in the bottom there, and we child's hair is a little bit messy. You could argue it's like the dog's, wouldn't it? But yeah, and just that heavy sheepskin textury background, I sort of find quite distracting with the texture of the dog being enough. Yeah, so, but yeah, beautiful expression. So I am listening.
Kay, you're on mute.
Yes, Catherine, you're with Jessica, close to Jessica on 88. Would you like to comment?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I want to fight for this image. Tony, the things that you've pointed out are what held me back from going for gold, actually. So I gave this an 88, and I think it's really well worthy of silver distinction. There's, I mean, we're talking about a category that is rewarding excellence in people's everyday work. This is quite an exquisite portrait of this beautiful little kid and beautiful dog, and it's got a certain luminosity to it, really. You know, both the little faces are just absolutely glorious, and that little wonky mouth, the circular crop is working really well. Yeah, definite silver distinction for me.
Okay, and we will go back to Jessica for right of reply.
Yep, all of those things. I just love it. I see what you're saying with little paw at the bottom there, but I think if we cropped it in any further, we'd lose too much. I'm really happy with it the way it is. I'd be super proud if this was my photo.
Awesome, and that's always a good recommendation. Can we please rescore? Jessica, if you can enter your same score. And we have a silver with distinction at 86. Fantastic.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome, guys. And we will have the next image, please. And the image scores 75, bronze award. And we'll have a comment from Russell. Just a comment.
Okay, well, just for the author's sake or the photographer's sake, I scored at 83. I think it's in the silver for me for the emotion, and controlled under-controlledness, if you like, just the sheer sort of honesty and ruddiness of it. I personally enjoy it very much. I think it's a really honest portrait, and it's been beautifully lit, and I'm very happy with it.
Awesome, thank you. And I'm sure the photographer would like to know that someone scored it in that silver range. Next image, please. And the image has scored 79. And we have a challenge from Russell, who has scored at 85.
I scored at 85. I mean, okay, he's tight to the bottom, but I don't mind that because it sort of grounds him because she's flying. But what it does for me is it just says so much about the relationship between these two. You know, I mean, she's massively high, and yet she is just completely open. She's not guarded. She completely trusts her dad. And often when you see kids thrown like that, their arms might be dangling down towards the dad to bring them closer. And that. Not this girl. She knows dad is going to catch her. And it's just, I think, just a wonderful piece of energy that's, even though they're disparate from each other, they're disconnected to each other, but I reckon it shows the togetherness that they have and the trust she has in her dad. And as a father-child sort of image taken through time, I mean, this will be on their walls forever. I just think it's a very powerful piece of communication in the most simple way, and the lighting's gorgeous. So to me, I took it straight into low silver distinction, and it deserves every bit of it. The palette, the whole thing, it's great commentary.
Awesome. Tony, I'm going to come to you on 75.
Yeah, so I love the trust and the relationship. What hasn't brought me higher so far is just the treatment of it, I suppose, with the darkened sky and the highlights bleeding through the centre of the image, and maybe just the girls, looking like she's got one arm there. It's just sort of put me off a wee bit, But I'll listen to see what others have got to say and maybe come up into early silver.
Catherine, I might come to you for a comment. You're in the middle there.
Yeah, so just quickly, I gave this a solid bronze at 78. I'm going to come up to a silver because I'm looking at it as well, and I'm thinking that girl, it does have wonderful confidence in her father, and he kind of doesn't have the same confidence in himself. There's quite a lot of humour when you look at his face. He's thinking, oh my God, what have I done? And so, yeah, a bit of a decisive moment going on here. So yeah, I'm coming up to silver as well.
Fantastic. Okay, can we have right of reply from Russell?
Well, the cool thing about this, Tony, is it's not a print judging, it's an image judging. And so it's really about, this category is about people. And so this image is about the people and the tonality and the background either side. It's sort of irrelevant really to the wonderful, I think, what was the decisive moment comment that Kay made earlier. And yeah, he is concentrating like crazy. I mean, Mum's looking on. If he slips up, he's in deep you-know-what. So it's just full of joy, full of trust, full of shape. Don't worry about the one arm. It's good symmetry because she's flying like it's a ballerina. I mean, her toes are pointed, arms. It's all there. It's all there. It's a silver all day long.
Okay, thank you, Russell. Wonderful commentary there. Can we please all rescore, judges? And that conversation has worked. We have a silver award at 82. Well done. Congratulations to the photographer. Okay, we are going to have a little break, just a very, very short break, and just a recognition to our sponsor. We're going to go back and have another look at that awesome Canon R5 camera, mirrorless camera that Canon have released. Stay with us, judges. That is some camera, and we really need to thank Canon for their amazing sponsorship of NZIPP, and particularly this year for sponsoring the family category. So we are now going to move on to the next image. And we have a score of 71. And good, solid professional standard there. And can I get a comment from Tony, please? You're on mute, Tony. You might need to just unmute yourself if you wouldn't mind.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so I really enjoyed the texture of this image and the expressions. Probably with the dog just having that sort of one eye poking out there, it would be nice to see both eyes, and maybe just a little bit more room for them to be looking into. But yeah, good work.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And can we have the next image, please? And we have a score of 73. And I'm going to come to Selena for just a comment, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, this is a lovely image. The face that cracks me up the most is the father's, because he's sitting there looking, thinking, no doubt, this family are crazy. Yeah, look, at this is very lovely. I think what may have made this a little bit better and brought it into award standard would have been to address some of the cropping, maybe crop it in a little bit tighter to really focus in on that family and their expressions. So beautiful image otherwise.
Thank you. Good feedback for the photographer. Can we have the next image, please? And we have a bronze award at 76, and all very, very similar scoring there, judges. But I'm going to go to Jessica to maybe have a little comment from you on the image.
I think it's adorable. The dog's giving a high five. It's a clever trick. I would like to see the human figure a little bit more humanly, perhaps. It's a little bit scrunched down, but no, I really like this.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And we'll have the next image, please. And we have a score of 74. And I'm going to come to Tony. What puts this in award range for you?
So I scored at 78. To me, it was really more about the emotional connection than the technicalities. So that's what I see, a great relationship. But to bring it higher, I think we probably need a little bit more information in the faces, and maybe the little boy's hand is disappearing. So great connection, but just work on your posing and your lighting.
Fantastic, thank you. And can we please have the next image? And we have a score of 74. And again, very, very similar scores. And Catherine, I'm going to come to you for a comment.
Yeah, this is quite a brave call from this photographer, how they've placed the woman and the baby, and it's working for me. I'm quite liking the graphical nature of this image, and it's got a lovely purity, beautiful expression from the baby. Maybe would like to see that little tie at the back not quite touching the bottom of the frame, but yeah, I gave this a 78 and would have given it an award. I think, yeah, well done to the photographer. It's lovely.
Thank you very much. And we'll have the next image, please. And we have a silver award at 81. Congratulations. And we're all happy with that. I'm going to call on, sorry, I'm going to call on you, Catherine, again, and maybe provide the photographer with a little bit of feedback on that one.
Yeah, well done. Again, another gutsy call, presenting us with so many images, but you know, that's really the point here of these wonderful expressions that kids come up with when they're both sleeping and awake. Really enjoyed going around them all. Maybe to lift it higher, just try and look at the tonal range across them. Some of them are noticeably darker than others, and perhaps some of the smaller ones might have been better just to focus just again on, you know, the little details rather than trying to fit a whole little head in it. But yeah, really lovely work. Well done. Really cool.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little very short break where we're actually going to have another viewing of all of the entries in this category. And while we do that, okay, judges, just give me 2 seconds. Okay, I think we're ready to come back. And
Still make you look good, Selena.
oh, you're back, Russell. It's good to know that you've actually worked out how to work that technology.
I'm completely amazed.
You
We
didn't
lost
email me this time, Russell.
We did lose Russell for a little bit.
That's what happens when you have staff do everything for you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's very, very true.
Rendered useless.
Okay, judges, we're ready to get on to the next image. So we've got on the panel, at the moment, we have Catherine, Tony Carter, Selena Rollison, Russell Hamlet, and Jacinta Dalbin. So we've got two lovely judges all the way from Australia. One of them is suffering through lockdown is it the third time, Jacinta? Or is this the second time?
Well, it depends, because in Melbourne we went into the first lockdown, then we went into stage 3 lockdown, and then whilst in stage 3 lockdown they brought out stage 4. So we've been indoors for, I've lost count now, probably 6 or 7 weeks total.
Right.
You still like each other?
Sorry?
You still like each other?
Just. I'll be ready to fly to New Zealand as soon as I can.
Oh, yay.
Not sure they'll be ready to have us as soon as you can.
Yeah, we might get you to keep your bugs over there for a little bit longer. Okay, right, judges. Can we have the next image, please?
That you barking, Tony?
Not me.
Just waiting on you, Tony. And we have a score of 73. And I'm going to count. Sen, are you happy to comment on this image?
Yeah, the tones in this is really lovely. I think there's a few things that could have been done to improve it. The highlight in the very, very top it's very burnt down, or it feels like it's been very burnt down. And some of the leaf on the left, the green leaf on the left, and then the blurring of whatever it is on the right has sort of drawn the eye away from the subject. So a few improvements for the photographer in those regards.
Fantastic comments. Thank you very much. And we will have the next image, please. And the image scores 75, bronze award, and all reasonably close together there. Thank you. Well done to the photographer. Catherine, would you be able to give us a little bit of feedback to the author?
So this is quite fun, and I just love that expression, the concentration that just captures that perfectly. Beautifully handled depth of field. Just watch some of your detail, your processing, just on the top left corner there. It's quite grey, and there are some quite strong horizontal lines there that my eye went up there and I thought there's something a bit strange going on with the processing there. But yeah, really like this. The cute little dog looks like a little toy. I'm assuming that's real, but yeah, lovely work. Well done.
Awesome, thank you. Possibly maybe a little bit of cloning happening in that top left-hand corner.
Yeah.
Okay, can we go to the next image, please? And we have a score of 73. And good solid professional standard there. And I'm going to call on Russell. Do you have any, how do you think this photographer might improve the image to bring it towards an award?
Well, I slipped it into a bronze actually at 75. So I like the story. The youngest one knows that something else is getting attention, not yet there. And so she's pissed off now. She's going to be more so later. So I quite enjoyed that aspect of it. And depth of field's lovely. Mum's hand maybe a little bit distracting, but I quite enjoy the work. So to improve it, not sure, maybe. I quite like it.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you very much. Catherine, you want to have a quick comment?
Just improving again, for me it is again that attention to detail with the cloning. Around the back of Mum's shoulder there's a bit of weird green coming through, and on the grass and maybe between them as well where the bokeh sort of suddenly stops. I think this has been worked a little bit and not that convincingly. So yeah, just watch the details there as well.
Awesome, thank you very much. Good spotting. Okay, can we have the next image, please? And we have a bronze award at 76. Again, all very, very similar thoughts around the image. And I'm going to come to Tony for a comment on this, please.
Yeah, I love the expressions on this image and the honesty of it. I suppose sometimes it's a matter of just making sure that there's a real connection between the subject matter as well. But yeah, separately, there's lots of great expressions. Good work.
Also, and the judges there nodding away. Next image, please. And we have a bronze award at 75.
Yep.
Are you challenging, Catherine?
Yes, please.
Yep. Yeah. Cool. Take it away.
Thank you. I gave this an 84 silver. This is a very beautifully handled, emotive image for me. It's quite processed, but in a very cohesive way that I think, the photographer is making a statement with. So there's a lot of deliberate decision making going on here with the texture and the color palette. Very, very cohesive. I think it's beautifully cropped. The light on the little baby's face is lovely, and the little sole of the foot there. Perhaps sort of darkened Mum's shoulder down a little bit, but I think it's been really well handled. And in terms of, the photographer presenting us with really beautiful day-to-day work that they're giving their client, I think this is what this category is all about celebrating, and this deserves more than it's currently sitting on.
Thank you. I'm now going to go to Selena, who's on 68.
Yeah, I guess I wanted to love this so much more. The emotion and the connection and all of that is there, but the processing for me is way too much, way too overdone. The highlights, just that the baby really, it's just too bright. It's too soft. You know, like there's areas of beautiful softness, but then there's other areas of lovely sharpness. It just feels really, really unbalanced, and really heavily over processed. You know, the light, the darks in the hair are way too dark. We lose detail in the back of the child's head and in the side of mum's hair, and yet at the same time we lose detail in the highlights of the baby, which is too bright. So I think for me, I'm a bit the opposite. Sorry, Catherine. I just feel it's too overdone, and that's why I've kept it in professional standard.
Okay, can I come to Russell maybe for a comment? You were sort of sitting in the middle there a little bit.
Yeah, it was. I slipped it into a low bronze. Yes, Selena, you're right, which is why it hasn't gone really high, because of all the reasons that Catherine's talked about. So I am in the middle for that. I take, you know, sort of I identify what both of you have said, and that's why I'm in the middle.
Awesome, cool. Jacinta, you've got a comment.
Yeah, I just wanted to add how Kath was talking about the treatment, which could be deliberate. Where I'm stuck is the treatment's been, I feel like we've got two different treatments. We've got a treatment on mum and son, and then a completely different treatment on the newborn, which doesn't connect the story, that it's not dwelling together enough. And I just find that the little boy at the back, like we were talking about before, when we're placing heads on shoulders, he just looks squashed. So he just hasn't been placed correctly, I think, for that pose.
Okay, Catherine, I'm going to come back to you for right of reply.
Yeah, as I said at the beginning, for me, the processing was a deliberate choice. Now that I've zoomed in, I do see a little bit more of what you're talking about in terms of some of the difference in processing for different areas. So I guess I'm happier with where this is at a low bronze, and I think that's a good level for it. Yeah, I hadn't spotted those things, but I wouldn't want to see it dropping out of an award range either. You know, I think it's lovely work, and I think, you know, the light on the baby, that's taking us where it should be, really. I feel the detail is where it's needed. I don't need to see in the very depths of her hair or things like that. So, yeah.
Okay, can I get you all to rescore, please, judges? And it's moved to 76. So just that one more point, but that point may make all the difference. Well done there. We're going to do a little judge change. Laura, can I bring you back in and do a swap with Catherine, please? Thank you, Catherine. And can we have the next image, please? And we have a score of 71. And I'm going to come, Jacinta, are you happy to comment there?
Yeah, beautiful little baby there. Just be careful when you're shooting on your angles not to shoot up baby's nostrils, because that's where our eye is going. And just watch your composition. So we're sort of leaning towards the right here instead of the center of frame, and your post-processing. So our lighting overall, the whole image is exactly the same. When we want a little bit more dynamic.
Fantastic, thank you. Next image, please. And we have a score of 84, silver award, solid silver award. And we did have a couple of people pushing for that silver distinction, but not enough difference in points to be able to allow them to challenge that score. So, are you happy to comment, Jacinta? You really love the image.
I just thought it was spectacular. I really couldn't fault it. It's been handled so well, and the expressions, the lighting, the posing, the treatment, it's just spot on. I can't fault it at all. So well done to the photographer. It's superb.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And we're going to the next image, please. And we have a score of 75, bronze award. And we might come to Laura maybe just for a little comment for the photographer.
Yeah, perfect. I love the strong visual impact for this one. It's really gorgeous. The only thing that's holding him back from going higher is having a little bit more in focus along the mouth and the nose.
Awesome, thank you. Can we have the next image, please? We'll have the next image, please. Thank you. And we have a score of 80, silver award. And we are going to have a challenge. We have, two people challenging, but we will go with Selena, who was slightly higher.
Awesome. So I'm on silver distinction at 89. And I'm actually really glad I got to judge this image because it is simply divine. I feel like the emotion and the connection between the animal and this little girl is just beautiful. The lighting has been handled extremely well. The texture and the sharpness through the image is right where we want it to be, right on those dog's eyes, and then the cuddle from the little girl into her mouth and her face. And the connection. I would have been in gold with this if the tight crop down, if it wasn't as tightly cropped down the bottom, and that's why I have gone right to the wire with it and gone to 89. And I just feel though that just the way that it's been captured, the emotion, the story, it is superb storytelling and emotive, and that's why I'm sitting at 89, and I'd love to see it go to that silver distinction.
Thank you. Laura, we're going to come to you on 72.
Yep. So I completely agree. I love this image. The reason I haven't scored it higher, I can see the blurriness down the bottom, underneath the dog. You know, the cloning, the burning, whatever it is. Unfortunately, I can still see that. So that is stopping me from giving this an award.
Okay, Tony, I will come to you. You were also up there in the silver distinction range.
Yeah, I was on 85 and my initial instinct was gold. But then I started looking around the image, and now even my score of 85 is not going to be staying, it's going down. The hair separating, of the girl against the dog, so the inside part of her hair falling down. If you look around there, there's some artwork that's really unresolved, and that's pulled apart the image for me, really, which is really sad because it's such a beautiful concept, and been done quite well in a lot of areas, but it's just let down with its post-production. So yeah, bit sad about that, because it's got such beautiful, beauty to it.
Awesome. Okay, Selena, I'm going to come back to you for right of reply.
Yeah, look, I agree with those comments, and like I hadn't actually, funnily enough, I hadn't actually seen a lot of what you guys are talking about, because I was so drawn in to where it counts. So for me, like, yes, there are some of those issues. I mean, I guess that's why we're not in that gold category. If those issues had have been better resolved, we probably would have gone higher with it. I'm sitting in a silver distinction range. I haven't gone any higher than that. We're sitting at 80 at the moment. I'd love to see it get into the silver distinction range, and if not, let's give it a few more points and just reward the photographer for what is essentially a beautiful image with a couple of little technicalities.
Awesome, thank you. So it's currently sitting on 80. If you can all rescore, please. And it stays on 80, silver award. Well done, guys. Always good to have that discussion. The photographer, I'm sure, can maybe even go back and have another look at this, another go at some of that post-production to perhaps look at it in a different competition and might reach that elusive gold. Can we have the next image, please? And we have a silver distinction at 85. We do have a challenge, and I'm going to take the challenge from Jacinta, who is sitting in the gold range at 91.
Beautiful. Am I alone, or have I got someone else sitting in gold?
You've got someone very, very close.
Okay. This initially had just major impact of just family life and craziness and muddiness, and I just fell in love with it instantly, knowing that this father has, I'm not sure if it's three, maybe 2 daughters, 1 son, I'm not sure, but he's still got a smile on his face with all this craziness happening around him, and the treatment that's been handed on this goes along with the storytelling. So the muddiness of it just makes the story. I just absolutely love it. It sits well in the gold range. What else can I talk about? I can't fault it. Like, I'm seeing every single detail. We've got maybe a few finer things with the foot from the girl that's on the leg that probably could have been seen more, but I would have gone into gold distinction if I would have seen that. This is family. So it absolutely sits in the gold range. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so I'm going to come to Laura, who's on 78.
So mean, aren't I? So yeah, I love it. I think it's pretty cool. I haven't scored it higher because I personally don't like how the children are looking out of the frame, like all different things. It's sort of a bit like, a bit jumbled to me. And the post-processing just doesn't fit to me. I think it's a bit too dark, and it's a cool family shot. I think it needs to be a bit happier, but yeah, keen to hear others' opinions.
I'm going to go to Russell because he's champing at the bit to have make a comment.
I am really. I scored in the high silvers, and I'm actually happy to go into gold as well, actually. It's been lit fantastically, and the eyes going out of the frame actually is its strength, because it allows Dad to connect with us, and so the fact that he's the only eyes connecting with us gives it its power. And it's all those. It just trickles down beautifully. It just falls down, and the hard lighting just gives us all those lovely textures. And it is craziness. Just the grab of hair right down to the finger up the nose at the bottom. There's finger in the mouth, grabbed here, finger in the mouth, finger up the nose. I mean, what more, and Dad's eyes getting, so it's chaos and it's energy, and Dad amongst all that is still really happy. So this is a lovely commentary. That man is a nice man. This sees it all. And he's a good guy. He can put up with a lot, and I think this.
He's a brave man.
He's a brave man too. Yeah. And so it's a great piece of communication, and the eyes held by him are just fantastic. His expression is exquisite, and I'm happy to lift. I thought I was a bit tight on 87. Just getting used to this challenging 5-point thing, so I'll start to throw some radical scores in there soon. So I'm glad someone challenged it, and it does deserve a gold in my mind as well.
Awesome. Do we have any other judges? Because we are potentially talking a gold. Is there any other judges that want to make a comment? Tony, you're on. Oh, Selena, you're happy to comment. Yeah,
I'm sitting on 88, and I'm definitely coming up. I think the comic of it is just fabulous, and I think what brought me into silver distinction was because they look like triplets, and that's why I said a minute ago, brave man, like he looks like he's aging right there in front of us, and so the expressions out of the camera are no doubt there's people there in the background trying to help get these children to look at the damn camera. So there's comic in this, and look, I'll be coming up to gold with you.
Okay, we're going to go back to Jacinta for right of reply.
Yeah, I think it's been great to talk about this because, look, it's making us laugh and it's making us smile. And I think that in itself is deserving of a gold, because we could talk about it forever. But as we were saying, the eyes out of the frame, that makes the image, because I can see the personalities of each of those children in each direction that they're going. We've got the one at the top where he's just a little monkey and he's going to cause grief. We've got the sweet, innocent one on Dad's leg. And then we've got the other one at the bottom who's, chucking a tantrum and it's going to be the, the naughty one. I just think it's absolutely exquisite. It's right up there. Let's go to gold.
Okay, guys, you've got the opportunity. Where are we going to go with it? Rescore, please. And we have a gold award by majority of 91. Fantastic. Really great. And I'm sure that photographer is doing a leap of joy at the moment. Okay, right. Can we have the next image, please? And we have a score of 74. And I'm going to call on Selena for a comment, please.
Yeah, no worries. So I would have loved to have taken it. I scored this 76. I was just in the bronze range. I would have loved to have gone higher with this. I feel that the lighting is a little bit flat and the skin tones are very orange. The whole image is a little bit warm. So a little bit of attention to detail on a couple of those things would have brought it higher, I think.
Awesome. So, Jacinta, you want to make one more comment?
Yeah, just something quickly. The few things that let it down for me was just your cropping where the girl's dress ends. I would just completely get rid of that and crop sort of right underneath the hands, and watch the daughter's hands where she's clasping. She doesn't look relaxed, and that adds a little bit of tension. And maybe the daughter's hand that's also coming in front should actually be around mum. I don't know whose arm that is, if either that's mum's or the daughter's, but try and get rid of that from the centre.
Awesome. Thank you. Good comments there. Feedback for the photographer. Can we have the next image, please? And we have a score of 73. And I'm going to come to Laura maybe for a comment on this one.
Yeah, really nice, simple image. Nice calming colours and lovely sleeping baby. Well done.
Awesome, thank you. And can we have the next image, please? And we have a score of 75, bronze award. And I'm going to call on Russell maybe to have a comment for the photography. You saw it as a silver award?
Yeah, I did. I gave 82. It's got wonderful humour, and the fact that we can't see the parents' eyes all taking us down to the action. The little kid, I mean, it's just, we've all seen this before, you know, the little girl's had enough, and the hands over the ears, just all of it. And then the big doughy eyes off the toy. It's just fun, and it's sort of gruntily presented to us with the post, and it's sort of real. And I even like the light hitting on Mum's foot, coming under her leg and just taking her eye around the place. It's all there, and it's very, very real, and we've all seen it before, and I think it's quite fun. I enjoyed it.
Awesome, thank you very much. Can we have the next image, please? And we have a score of 72. And I'm going to call on Tony for a comment, please.
Okay, so yes, I think the colours are divine, and the eye contact is beautiful. But just the surrounding suitcase is quite distracting, and I think the image is about 30% right in the middle there. Beautiful, yeah. So beautifully seen, but just think about what you're leaving in the frame.
Awesome, thank you. Can we have the next image, please? And we have a score of 76, a bronze award. And we are going to have a challenge from Selena.
Yeah, I've given this an 83 and popped it in the silver category. This is an image that we don't see a lot of in family category, and, you know, like a child that's in love with her instrument. I mean, I have a 9-year-old who plays violin, and it's a chore to get him to do it. So to see, you know, like a young lady who is obviously learning and enjoying and passionate about her music, and then to put her in this beautiful environment is something that I think is really well seen and really well composed. And yeah, I really enjoy the color palette. It's soft and beautiful, so it gives me a bit of a sense of this young lady and the music that she's loving to play. So I'm in silver. We're in a bronze category, but I'd love to see it get up into silver.
Awesome, Russell, I'm going to come to you. You scored at 70.
Yep, and that's where I'm going to stay as well. I just don't believe all this love stuff there. I don't see any love in that image at all. Just because they're holding an instrument doesn't mean they love playing it. In fact, often they're made to play it. So, and often that culture is quite determined and disciplined about making their kids do things. And I just think this kid's just been plonked there. Yes, there's symmetry. Yes, it's a lovely environment, but I don't see any love at all. It's wooden. It's dead. It's got no spirit. It's got no emotion. It's I won't be budging off my 70.
Okay, I'll come to Jacinta. She's wanting to make a comment.
Yeah, just one more thing that will sort of hold me back. I agree with Russell. I was struggling with the connection a bit, but I have put it in the bronze category is just your alignment of the trees. So the trees that are on the right-hand side are higher than the trees that are on the left. So the alignment is off. So it kind of feels like there's on a little bit of a slope, even though she's centered. So that pulled me back as well. And just the wispy hair that's on the right-hand side of her face could have been removed just from cloning.
Awesome. And we will come back to Selena for a right of reply.
Yeah, look, I hear what you guys are saying. I guess for me, you know, like the emotion that I'm seeing and the love that I'm seeing really is in the serenity of the expression. You know, like when you are learning to play an instrument, you know, or playing an instrument and you're into music, that, you know, like you lose yourself in the music, and this little girl's lost herself in her music at this moment. Look, I think that it's a wonderful bronze award, and I'm really happy that the photographers received that. If you feel like giving it a few extra points, it'd be wonderful to get it up a little bit higher. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. So yeah, see where we go with it.
Thank you, Selena. Judges, can I get you all to rescore, please? And it's moved up a couple of points. This is now sitting on 78. Well done. Thank you. And those points may make all the difference. Can we have the next image, please? And we have a score of 74. And I'm going to come to maybe Jacinta to maybe have a comment there on for the photographer.
This was really close. Like I scored at 75, so on the bronze, mainly for it's really, really well handled. Posing is beautiful. It's just your alignment of everything. So our flooring and then the blanket underneath and the box, they just don't correlate, and it's sort of, we're not quite sure which angle to look at it. So just when you're actually getting ready with all your setups, just take that into account on how the eye is going to view the image overall.
Fantastic. Okay, we have the next image, please. And we have a silver distinction at 86. However, we will go to Tony for a challenge. You are not alone.
Okay. So I scored this image 92. I think it's a real standout and has such a beauty of a relationship, and just that cozy comfortableness of the, you know, the baby's with girl, and just her lovely expression, and just her beautiful arm, and the legs of the kids just all snuggled in as one. And then you've got, you know, then your eye sort of rolls further out into the curves of the chair, and then the curves of the dress, and then the balance of the flowers, the colour balance, and the weight of the flowers on the left, balancing with the weight of the dress on the right. Masterfully handled. You know, the background is not showing up, but you can still look into there and just see a bit of texture, but you're always drawn back into that soft, beautiful colour palette and those expressions. It's classical, well executed for a client work, and I think it's absolutely stunning.
Thank you. And I'm going to ask Russell, who's on 77, to comment.
Yeah, 15 points away from my mate. I struggled with the flowers, actually. The beautiful cascading dress and all those textures, it just falls off. I mean, I just didn't need the flowers. And I looked for the balance with the blanket and all that, and I guess that does exist. But the flowers are so intricate and detailed, and they just keep dragging me down away from that beautiful central sort of information. I wanted to go really nuts on this thing, but I'm a little bit disappointed in the flowers, to be honest, that they're there. So, you know, balance, I don't know, distraction. I see them as distraction, not balance, really.
And can I go to Jacinta for a comment?
Yeah, well, just to address Russell's comment on the flowers, I just think that's where I begin. So it's leading us from the base up to the daughter, down to the babies, and then back at the bottom end with the blanket. So to me, it needs to be there. Without that, where is our eye beginning at the daughter? We're leading up and then down. So to me, it is balanced, and that's purposely done. And our colour range is just perfect. This is an art piece. This is not just a photograph. This is art. Having this on your wall as a standout piece is just phenomenal. And the difficulty in doing this and pulling it off to this extreme needs to be rewarded. The photographer has handled everything perfectly, and obviously taken a bit of time creating this concept from the beginning, because all our colours are dwelling well. It's an art piece. It definitely sits well within the gold range. I'm there with you, Tony.
Awesome. Okay, we are going to go back to Tony, right of reply.
Okay, so to address the flowers, which I don't really feel like an issue at all. I mean, if there was nothing there, you'd sort of be floating behind the seat. So it is quite a brave move, but I think it's just all the colours that really work. I think your eye does not get pulled to the flowers straight away. It's pulled into those faces, and then your eye just rolls around it. I mean, I can just imagine, you know, framing this for a client, and like Jacinta said, you know, it's an art piece that would hang on their wall forever. You know, I think it's just divine. It's quite hard to fault, and it's just a pure thing of love and beauty, and well deserved of a gold.
Awesome. Judges, can I get you all to rescore, please? And well done for that. We have a gold award at 91. Fantastic outcome for the photographer, I am sure. And can we have the next image, please? One more score from you, Russell. Oops, has Russell disappeared? He has disappeared. Oh no, okay, we have all the scores. I'm not sure where Russell's disappeared to though. We might need to bring him back. Michael, can I get you on to maybe helping Russell come back? So while we're waiting, I will announce the score, but we may have a challenge.
Looks like he's back now.
Okay, we are sitting. Okay, we are sitting on 89 silver with distinction.
Can I challenge that?
You can challenge that.
I've scored at 93, and really I think I've been a bit shy on it there. I mean, how good does it get? This is beautiful, and the wonderful thing about dark skin is it allows us to light it a little bit harder because it absorbs light so beautifully, and it allows light to play over all the surfaces of us, if you like. The hands just contain it all wonderfully, and the hard lighting just allows to kick off everything. So I just enjoy the ring on the right hand, the love in it, the serenity in it, the wonderful cropping at the bottom, the base of it just gives it us a strength, this beautiful little triangle. The eye loves triangles, and yeah, it's very, very, very high craftsmanship. It's a wonderful image for me. I enjoy it very much. I think it should be a gold. I mean, we're so close anyway. I mean, yeah.
I'm going to go to Selena, who is not quite in your camp there on 72, but let's see what she has to say.
Yeah, look, I think maybe I've been a bit harsh, but I'm listening, very much listening. I guess I didn't like the crop anywhere near as much. I felt it way too tight down the bottom and way too much space at the top. And the ring I found way too distracting. So I'm listening. Yeah, keen to hear what everybody else has got to say. Obviously, I'm a bit off the mark there, and yeah, we'll probably come up a bit, but yeah, I'd love to hear more about what the rest of you all enjoyed about it as well.
Tony, you're sitting on 88, so
Yeah.
you're close there.
Yeah, I'm sitting on 88, and probably, I mean, I absolutely adore the image. The only question that I've got in my mind is the burning down on the people's noses. That's the only thing. The highlights look like they're sort of blended away. You know, there's just nothing in those highlights, and they've just been smudged into that darkness. So, if anybody else is going to talk about it and see if they notice that as well, or whether I'm just imagining it. But, you know, I love the weight of this image and the tonality, you know, the balance of the people, the body language is stunning. Yeah, just everything about it is quite beautiful. It's just those little highlights. But I've got the feeling I'm going to be into gold as well.
Okay, Jacinta, do you have any comments you want to make for this image, or are you happy just to listen?
I was pretty close, and I think I'll be going up to gold because I wasn't far off. I'm loving the hand placement, and I'd actually really like that tension at the bottom because I think that adds to the dynamic and the powerfulness of the overall image. So well done to the photographer. It's exquisite.
Okay, so we're going to come back to Russell for right of reply.
Yeah, thank you for that. The tension to the bottom is a nice comment, and it's got all of that. I mean, this photographer knows what they're doing. And Tony, you know, how many off a hundy would you take for that little detail? Which even as I look at it twice, having been drawn to that, I don't see it. So perhaps our monitors are different or something. But really, this is high level craftsmanship, and it's just got a wonderful feeling about it. And just imagine this on your wall if you're them. This is great, and if the cropping was any further down, we'd be seeing stuff we just don't need to see. We're seeing everything we need to see: connection, shape, light. It's all there. It's just beautiful. And then the ring, for me, I love the ring because it just shows a bit of glamour and shows a bit of something that says a lot about that woman. I think it's fantastic. It's a great shot, and you know, I'm comfortable at 93, and sadly, I probably was a bit shy when I gave it that. Can't change my score, but I hope you guys can and take it into the gold where it deserves to go.
Fantastic, good. So we can all rescore, except for you, Russell, obviously. Just add your score in. And it's sitting in gold, 91, gold award. Fantastic outcome there. I'm sure, again, we've got a very, very happy photographer. And we'll have the next image, please. So, guys, this is the image you need to open, if you wouldn't mind. You can access that. And it scores a bronze award at 75. Well done. Congratulations to the photographer. And that, everybody, is the end of the category. So well done. A fantastic effort. Now, just for the audience, we will have results from the preliminary round judging will be up and available on the website sometime after the finals judging has occurred. So bear with us. We will all notify you. You'll get an email to let you know when those results are accessible for you. Can we also ask entrants, we know you're really excited. There's some amazing work that's come out of these awards, and you're all excited about the scores that have been achieved through the live judging. But can we maybe just ask you to hold fire on posting things on social media until after the finals judging has occurred, just so that things can remain anonymous for the judges. We don't want to influence any decisions around that. So, well done, judges. Thank you so much for all your efforts today. It's been fantastic. Hope you've all enjoyed it, and I hope the audience has enjoyed being part of it. We want a special thank you to our sponsor of the family category, Canon, who do go and check out their beautiful mirrorless R5 camera. And yeah, thank you also to Shah and Paul in Christchurch, working hard behind the scenes there. Michael, for all your wonderful work in getting all of the live streaming and Zoom sessions all sorted for us. And Harry up in Auckland, and to the team here in Rotorua. Really, really appreciate all the work that's being done by everyone behind the scenes. So our next session is tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, where we will be doing the live judging of the wedding and camera category. And tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock, we have the documentary category. So tune into them. There's a lot more, many more images to get lots of feedback on, do some learning from, and just get inspiration. So take it easy, judges. Have a good night's sleep, and we will see you back in the next category you're involved with. Thank you very much. Signing out for the day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.